Hello everyone, my name is Longley. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a regular show, excuse me, a regular show happening on every Monday, which I am going to talk about the market update specifically in Arizona area. Today we're going to do a little bit different as well. I'm going to talk about some of the reports that I saw about the US economy. So stay tuned and we will go over some of the data, okay? The very first number that I always want to show people is the Comfort Market Index. I'm pulling the number for you. Hold on a second. And let's see. Sorry about this. Let me remove that. And I also share my screen as well. This one, sorry. Okay, I thought that I have it ready, but for some reason it doesn't show up. Okay, so the very first number, the very first report that I always show with people is the Comfort Market Index. Again, this index is updated as of May 13, which is about 4 days from now, which was on, I think, Thursday last week. And this is looking at the entire market. If you follow my show for a while, you know that the Comfort Market Index is the number that I always try to report, because this one has a really good reputation. The company is really good in terms of analyze all the real estate data. And if we see if the index is higher than 100, that means it indicates the market is in a seller market. As of right now, all 17 cities in the entire Maricopa County has a higher than 100. However, if you notice on this column right here, right now 14 out of 17 cities has a decreased trend, and it's more favored to the seller side. Okay, so it's reduced. The market is actually lower, and it's a little bit less favor the seller is the correct term. Okay, it still favor the seller, however, they are less favor the seller. So the buyers still have a lot of problem with submitting the offer right now. So this one is one of the reasons why it is moving towards the less favorable the seller is because we have more listing coming onto the market recently. One of the reasons is that it is a springtime, right? Springtime, and there's a lot of people wanting to sell their home at this time of the year, and they're ready to move to different location. And this is the best time to sell because it's not too hot and things like that. Okay, so there's more listing coming to the market. That's the reason why the Comfort Market Index is moving toward the seller a little bit. Okay. However, one point I want to emphasize back is that we are still experiencing high seller market at this time. Okay, so that is the first number the first data that I want to share with you. And by the way, if you do have any question for me, feel free to message me and things like that, and I will try to contact me directly, comment on the field, and I will respond to you as soon as possible. The second chart that I want to talk about is the annual appreciation. And in this chart right here, we see that so if you see the blue line right here is 2021, okay, 2021, and the appreciation as of May right now is 35%. Is 35%. So that's 1 year comparison between May of this year versus May of last year, and that is 35% increase appreciation. Okay, so the market has been going so crazy that the home price in Arizona increased rapidly. That means if you have a $300,000 homes, okay, $300,000 house, it could be 390 now. If last year you didn't sell it, you could have gained about $90,000 this year. So the value is going up to the roof. Okay, the value is going up to the roof. This is such, again, those two information also confirm that this is such a great data for the seller to sell at this time. If you're thinking about selling, I cannot predict the future, right? But if you do have some extra houses in hand, for example, investment portfolio or something, and then some of the houses you don't like it a lot, maybe it doesn't bring you a lot of income for that property, maybe it doesn't, maybe luck, right? Maybe you didn't find a really good tenant in that area, in that house, for example, and or maybe it's too far away from your house and you want to dispose this. This is actually the best time, okay? Because we never experienced this such a high appreciation before in Arizona, and one of the reasons is that because of the demand going into the demand that a lot of people moving to Arizona for living. So that is one of the reasons. The second reason is that there's not a lot of houses for sale on the market right now. Even the builders, they don't even be able to catch up with the speed as well. So there's a lot of good thing about Arizona market nowadays for the seller. If you are an investor, for sure, look at the option to maybe the property is too old, right? Maybe the property is already too old. You wanna upgrade to another property, okay? Or you want to buy 2 or 3 more other properties, then you can do that at this time as well, because the appreciation is so high, and you also still in the seller market, okay? So those are the 2 reasons. I think if you have any houses that not fit your need at this time, this is a great time for you to sell. Okay, the last piece of information that I want to share with you is not really regarding to the real estate market. However, though, I accidentally find this article on Maricopa government website. This is one of the presentation that they present, I think, back in 2020. I know that is 5 months old data, but I don't think there's a lot of changes compared to last time. So I just wanna talk about that and showing some of the economic outlook and economic situation that we see so far. I know a lot of people are scared of the current situation and expecting a crash coming to the economic as well as to the real estate, okay? But when we look at the data, actually it's really good sign for U.S. economic right now. For example, if we're looking at the initial jobless claim, right? Obviously, back in March of 2020, you see a spike. You see about 6.8 million people, 6.8 million files that claiming for jobless. Okay, now. So that means there's a lot of people losing their job because of March of 2020 is the time that we start having a lot of COVID cases, and it is create a pandemic in the US, right? So there's a spike here, but from that time, okay, from that time is actually decrease. It's rapidly decreased. It's also decreased, right? It's not as fast as going up, but it's decreased at a really good pace. Okay, and as of September 12 of 2020, we already have 4 weeks below 1 million. Okay, below 1 million. Okay, so that's really good stuff. And obviously, we don't have the most current data because I'm not working on this field, so I don't have a lot of data to show you, but I'm expecting there's no such a high increase because, hey, we have vaccine now, we have the number of cases of COVID has been decreased a lot. Talking about a case of COVID, Corona, let's see what's going on in Arizona. Okay. So this is what I found. Again, this is not really real estate related, but at least this is what we see so far is that we go through the first spike, the second, and now it's really low, right? It's super low right now. So looking at that number, you can see that obviously, sorry, where is that? Okay, obviously we have a really good news and a lot of people expecting to have an economic crash and then the real estate crash. We just don't see that happening yet. Okay, we just don't see that happening yet. I don't know. Oh, okay. So this is the initial jobless claim. So the first time that they claim, the number of them, right? Of these, some of them already canceled, some of them already have a job, so they don't need the claim anymore. Some of them still going. Right, as you see, the same trend is going up. All right, March of 28 right here, and then after week, they continue filing jobless, and then after May, we already have a decline trending. So that's a really good sign for the economy in general. The second topic that I want to talk about is, of course, there's a lot of information here which I have zero knowledge about, but I think only for the charts that I understand, I think I'm gonna focus on that. So this is a total U.S. employment. Okay, total U.S. employment. These charts right here showing the total employment in the U.S. Okay, in the U.S. from 1990 to 2020. So we compare between the recession. Okay, so 2001 recession, it took 8 months. It took 8 months for us to go back. So the first time, like February 2001, is the time when there is a recession start, and it took 8 months. It took 8 months to go back. One half back. Okay, one half back. 2000. Yeah. Let's see. Sorry, I think this number is wrong. Sorry, keep thinking. Okay. Anyway, it took a long time. So according to this, it took 8 months to go back to half. Okay. Now in 2008, recession, starting from January 2008 to February 2010. This is 2 years. Let's go to the bottom. Okay, let's go to the bottom. And it took 29 months. It took 29 months to go back to a half. Okay, it took 29 months to go back to half. Okay, so okay. So that's from February of 2010 to July 2012, right? That's 29 months. If we're looking at 2020, and we're not talking about that is a recession, right? But obviously we have the loss in employment, February of 2020, and there's August of 2020 right here. We already back up. So it's less than 8 months, less than 4 months, from February to August, right? From February to August, we already go back half, one half back. And then we expecting to go up, of course. So again, from January 2020, 2008 to July 2000, I'm sorry, February 2010, that's half back, okay? So anyway, that means we have a really good economy right now. Not only the unemployment has been declined, but also the employment rate also increased in the entire USA. Now, I want to share this with Arizona people. So the same trend we're talking about the red one is US employment and the green one is Arizona employment. Obviously, you see that Arizona lose jobless and then also already increase at a better rate. So we can see that Arizona is better in terms of the entire USA. So that is really good news for a lot of people now in Arizona, which I want to close the close the video today with a emphasize that we do have a slowdown in the economic back in March of 2019, but we never see anywhere that we have a real estate crash. The economic and the real estate is two different things. Okay, but we do have a slowdown of the economic in the USA as well as in Arizona back in March of last year. However, we don't have any signal of a real estate crash, as well as don't have any signal since March of 2019, as well as in the near future, because we already see that economic has been growing and we expect it to continue growing. In terms of real estate, we're still in the very strong seller market right now, although a buyer has more chances to buy a house right now. Okay, people do have to pay $30,000-$40,000 more than asking. However, we're going to talk about that next week. We do have to still pay $30,000-$40,000 more. However, we do have more supply than before. Therefore, the comfort market index going down. However, it doesn't mean that the price drop. In fact, it's going to keep going up until the end of the year. So, seller market is strong. In the Arizona, economic is good. This is great time. Well, not for the coronavirus and COVID and things like that, but in terms of economic, we are in the right track of getting back very soon. So hopefully, there's going to be more and more good news coming to the audience soon. Well, that's all I have. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and I hope you like the show. If you do, feel free to like, comment, and prefer to anyone who are interested in real estate in Arizona. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.